Alright, Thypher. In this video I'm going to be showing you what to do when you get in a lane that is just going to absolutely stomp you. I want to show you how to react to it, and I want to show you how to play back and how to start being defensive. This is with my main and Boogle's main, so he's going to be trying to whip my ass as I'm playing Vladimir. Now this may not happen, but we don't know yet. So generally Syndra's going to be really strong early. She's going to be poking me down really hard and probably shoving lane really quickly. And so I want to see how much time you have to do other things, how to keep getting the farm under the pressure, and how to avoid going anywhere near an unsafe area. Now there's a little trick in the mid lane that I learned from playing mid for so long in terms of where you place your ward and how you stand in your lane. Now, for instance, when I'm standing right here, you see the amount of line of sight that I have, right? I've got a decent little amount of line of sight. I can see to the edge of this bush, to the edge of this bush. Now that doesn't help me when a gank comes in, because if you think about the amount of distance that I have between when they come out of the bush, or if they come from here, or if they come from here, or if they come from here, you know, I don't have a lot of time to get out, based off of the fact that I'm a slow character, and like you like to play Victor, you don't have a lot of escape mechanisms. So here is one of the tricks that I use. You place a ward in one of the two bushes. It doesn't necessarily matter which bush you place it in. This gives you an ability to lean towards one side of the lane. Now I'm leaning towards this side of the lane because I have more sight on this side, which allows me to have more time to leave if the jungler comes from here, and it also gives me more time to leave if the jungler comes from here. So whenever you need to stay alive and figure out what you're doing, you always put your ward in one of the two bushes and lean towards that bush. Okay, Jesus Christ. Now Boogle's trying for the more trade character. What that means is that you want to save your spells for trading with them and use your auto attacks to CS. You don't need to push the lane quickly unless it gets out of control to the point where you're going to lose it under tower. He popped the ignite on me, which is beautiful, but this is all for principle. This is what happens when you lose. And as you notice, I just lost. So now my playstyle shifts dramatically, because I went from being able to possibly win a trade with him to now not being able to at all, based off of the fact that now he has a kill which incentivizes the jungle to come in more often to get him even more fed, at least from aggressive standpoints. So now what I want to do is switch my build to completely farm. But I don't want to put anything too far ahead because I don't want to get caught by the jungler and I don't have any wards out. So I will not push at all. As much as I can. I will sit here. I will use my spells if I have to farm, and I will try to stay as far back in lane as I can. Sometimes you can't help this. Sometimes you have to push forward a little bit, and when you do, that is the time where you drop the ward. Mid lane warding is reactive. You're not trying to ward to catch the jungler. You're trying to ward to give yourself more room to move. You generally want to hold your lanes here. You don't want them to get under tower as the mid laner. That was my fault for not pushing fast enough. See, now he's grabbed the back line. Ugh. It's gonna be a bitch. Now the cannon minion will drop that one. It's gonna push back to me. And he got under tower, which is something I don't want. So, right now is when I would be generally in the losing position, right? Like I'm getting my ass kicked, which makes it very hard for me to get the CS like I need to. I need to grab a couple health potions. But I'm not getting killed by the jungler, if you notice, because there isn't. I mean, of course, he's not jumping in, but I wouldn't be able to get killed by the jungler because I'm in a position where I can just leave whenever I want to. I'm not putting myself out, I'm not getting caught, I'm not doing anything like that. I'm sitting where I can probably get my farm. And it's kind of a bad example because I told Boogle to play his fucking greatest character versus, you know, Vlad. But it's the principle that matters. You want to be careful. And now I'm gonna have to see Boogle's backed right now, so I can shove this hopefully into his tower. He'll probably damn. So I want to ward this side. Stick to this side, and I want to just pick off the farm at maximum range. I don't want to get caught at all. I don't want to be anywhere where I can get caught. And since I had to push up to grab that farm, I put the ward out. The ward should always be up when you have to do that. If you push it beforehand, that's your own fault. Oh, he's 6. That's no fun. Generally, when you're getting this dominated too, what would end up happening is either you would drop the tower and just switch to a more farm-centric, or you would have your jungler come in and clean. Because if you notice, he's pushed forward really hard to be able to hit me. And that's all reactive play. But I'm just trying to farm now. I just want to make sure to get anything that I can out of CS. And keep ahead, enough that I could go to Dragon and help if I had to. Now if you notice, he's dominating me completely, but he's only got a little bit of CS above me because he's focusing on the killing me. You fucker. When it comes to fighting a Syndra that's going to be doing the things like he just did, you would alter your build slightly. Like you would use a Chalice or something like that to avoid getting the full burst out. I can't as Vladimir. So it's not something I'm going to do, but generally if you're in a point where they have critical mass in terms of massive damage, you would just grab a little bit of magic resist to keep yourself from getting popped like that.
Please let it all out. My cup is half empty.
Right, because we're trying to showcase losing, not winning. Like I'm gonna throw this. Watch. Push the lane out. It's gonna reset about here. I'm gonna ward up. And generally there might even be a pink here from one of us. So you wouldn't really have to worry about it as much. You'd have more vision on the other side as well. But you still want to drop those first bush wards just in case people are trying to come in on you weird. You shithead. Alright, so that's the basics. It's just how to play back. I'm getting killed constantly because there's no jungler in the game and there's nothing I can really do. But the point is if there was a jungler, he wouldn't be able to play that forward. You would be giving Boogle more opportunities to save you by standing back like this. You'll be getting more CS by standing back like this. And you cannot get ganked and camped by the jungler like this. You can get your ass kicked by the laner, though, if Boogle never comes, so, you know, that's something that will happen. But even when you get ahead, like, for instance, if Boogle came in and he ganked twice right here, right, I would still be playing back like this. Because that guy now thinks that he can be aggressive like that the whole game. He's already got that built into his head. for the rest of the game. He'll be able to sit there and keep pushing. And even if you get a kill on him, he will still push up like that, which opens more opportunities for Boogle to come in and hit. So once you've tricked them into that mindset, you can really just kind of sit back and wait. I'm just gonna fuck you up now, Boogle. Oh, baby! Oh, shit! Alright, I'm gonna call it on that one, you asshole.